South Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Seth Bohnhoff.
Well, the weather of late has actually been very kind to us, but I think today in particular was kind of the nicest day that we've had here over the last several, just because we had those comfortable temperatures, but also there's been a breeze out there. The air just feels a little more comfortable, and of course that sky looks nice and blue. For the most part, there are a few clouds out there right now that may be dimming the sun just a little bit as we look on in Campus Town right now. And a look at that satellite radar picture will confirm that there is some of that cloud cover that is kind of spilling over from that system well off to our west, but we are staying dry underneath all those clouds for now. Here's a look at those temperatures. How about 76 right now in Champaign as we approach the 6 o'clock hour, 73 in Watseka, 79 degrees still over there in Decatur. Here's a big thing too. Those dew points yesterday were around the 60-degree range. Now they're into the low 50s, and that is definitely a different level of comfort. And I think you can really feel that in the air. But I think this next one is also a good one too. Just the wind speeds have been a little more noticeable today as well, 5 to 15 miles an hour. So all that combined together just made for a really comfortable feeling day here all throughout the afternoon. The thing is, we've still got another day here to come on this weekend, and that means things are going to continue to be nice here to us. If I can revive my clicker here, give me some troubles. There we go. 52 tonight under a mostly clear sky, keeping things nice and cool. And that means tomorrow can't get too warm if we're starting the day off at 52 degrees, but we will warm up just a little bit. You can see those high temperatures starting to inch their way to those mid-80s, 83 for a high, and a mostly sunny sky. So whatever plans you have outdoors tomorrow should be in great shape. Just be prepared for things to feel just a tiny bit warmer. Here's those high temperatures for Labor Day. 83 in Champaign, just 79 in Bloomington, 81 in Decatur, 80 degrees out there in Springfield. Now let's talk about some changes that are set to arrive here later on this week. Been talking about how a cold front is going to make its way this direction late in the week, but there might actually be a second one to watch out for, so we'll talk about both of them here right now. There's that first front moving on through, set to move on into the area kind of late Wednesday, so you won't really feel the temperature drop there during the day Wednesday. It'll kind of happen overnight. Also brings us a better chance for rain along it. Then once that front moves on through, it's kind of ironic. It'll keep things cool for Thursday, but we might actually be warmer on Friday compared to Thursday ahead of a second cold front. Then after that one moves through, then we'll start to see some more consistently cool temperatures. Not expecting a huge temperature drop with the second one though, just kind of a reinforcing one, and also not expecting too much in the way of rain on that second one either. In fact, by the end of the week, maybe just a few tenths of an inch. There are going to be some places that probably miss out here on this rain, so this isn't going to be a savior of a rain here for many of us, but it's a step in the right direction considering how we have not had a whole lot of luck with that here of late. There's those high temperatures, seeing them stay into the 80s throughout much of the first half of the week. In fact, might be talking about mid-80s Tuesday and Wednesday, but then you see we kind of pull the rug out. 71 on Thursday for that reinforcing front, keeps things a little cooler into the weekend. How about some of these nighttime lows as well? It's going to be quite crisp a few of these mornings, as you'll see those lows drop down into the 40s as we make our way into next week. Another thing to add with this, haven't had a whole lot of windy days lately. It's going to be just a little bit gusty as these fronts move on through into Thursday and Friday, so just keep on the lookout for that. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast, looking pretty good again tomorrow as we wrap up the holiday weekend. A little warm to start the week, but those cooler temps are on the way in the second half of the week. Lots of 70s on the board.
It's a good day for grilling, though, Seth.
It is a good day for grilling. All 7 of those days look pretty good for it.
All right, thank you. We'll be right back with a look across the globe at a unique festival. Stay with us.